Gentlemen, and welcome to City of Homestead, 790 Homestead Boulevard. We're about to start our special presentations, and the first presentation tonight will be Kindness Award recognition by Councilwoman Judy Wallman.
Where's Maria? Is she here? No, I lost my assistant. I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. For those of you that don't know, every August I recognize people in the City of Homestead who do random acts of kindness. And this year was particularly special because it was the 20th year anniversary of Hurricane Andrew. So we had a beautiful celebration. It was absolutely lovely, and I have some awards I'd like to give out. And I've lost my Vanna White. I'm doing double duty. So. I see that. I'd like to call these people forward. The Palace Gardens, Bob Levy and Associates, T.R. Jones and Associates. I know I saw Hamilton earlier. There he is. I think I have it right on. Thank you. Dougie from Thunder Country. I think he was working. And the Miami Speedway. I don't think they're here tonight either. Okay? First of all, I just want to say such a special thank you. Where's Bob? Here he is. No, it's okay. This was something I had to do with a very limited budget. And we had over 300 people there, and it was just so hard to do with only a couple of $1,000. So the people standing behind you are the people who made this all possible. The first person I'd like to thank is the Palace Gardens. The first people I'd like to thank, Palace Gardens. Come on, and don't go away. Palace Gardens, they're so good to me. I love them so much. I first started working with them several years ago with breast cancer and awareness, and we just became great friends. And thank you so much, because not only did they donate all the food, but they brought in the executive chefs. And for those of you that were there, was that not some good food? I mean, it was great. So I have this for the Palace Gardens. And I also have, now's I guess the right time to do it. I'm going to get a job on Price is Right. A Wheel of Fortune. Josh is leaving Homestead. It's a promotion, but I said I just hate to see him go. I love him so much. He's become a son to me, and I just wanted to give you something really special. And this is for your tireless efforts, dedication, love, and support of the citizens of the Homestead community. Thank you for everything. You will be missed, but never forgotten. Good luck in your future endeavors. And this is for you, Josh.
Thank you.
Even though Judy says that I am leaving, yes, it is true, but I am just down the street from here. I couldn't pick a better replacement than Zach to replace me, and we will continue to be a strong ally with the City of Homestead and everyone here. So thank you very much for this.
I hope you put that in your office proudly. And Zach, welcome to Homestead, one of the owners of Palace Gardens, and he'll be there for us, and I know that I know that he'll support us as well. The next person I'd like to recognize is Bob Levy. Bob Levy has been my friend since 2001. He's my go-to guy. He's the first person I call when I need something. And if he can't help me, he directs me to where I can get help. He's wonderful. He sponsored all the floral decorations. And I just want to thank you so much, Bob, for everything.
Thank you.
As always. Bob is our lobbyist, one of our lobbyists. And he's more than a lobbyist. He's a true friend to Homestead. Say something?
You know, this was the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Andrew, and I was right here, August 25th. And it's an event, as I look around the room, there are people that weren't alive when that happened. but I see Ruth and others who were serving the city then. And the next award you're giving, I believe, not Councilwoman Waldman, but I think the mayor of the council, is the Homestead Hospital.
That would be me.
And I just want to mention that in the 20-year memory of Hurricane Andrew, Homestead Hospital made a conscious decision. I think Wayne Bracken was then the CEO of the hospital, and they made a conscious decision to stay open. And I remember Eliza Perry actually in the hallways 24 hours a day acting as a nurse. She was a councilwoman then. And so I want to add my voice of salute to Homestead Hospital for their, the old Homestead Hospital, for remaining open, because Deering, which is no longer there, right up the street, made a decision to close and collect business interruption insurance. But because of the mission of Homestead, they stayed open and continue to serve this community. So I add my voice to salute Homestead.
The next person and company I'd like to recognize is T.R. Jones, and I think Hamilton's going to accept this. I've known Hamilton since he was born. He's grown a lot. T.R. Jones has always been a friend and family to the city. They have helped the city many times. They helped the city during Hurricane Andrew. And so we thank you so much for your sponsorship. Thank you.
I feel a little bit underdressed, but, you know, with this group here. So,
You look good.
so on behalf of my father, Tom Jones, and our staff, we thank you for this award, and we accept it. Thank you very much.
Thunder Country, they were great. They did so many advertisements for us. I mean, hundreds of spots on the radio. And of course, the Homestead Miami Speedway. If it hadn't been for them, we wouldn't have had the Kindness Awards, because they just helped us do everything. So we'll make sure that they get their awards later. But thank you very much. And I guess we need to get a quick picture. I've got my Van wipes back now. Can we get it together and get a picture? What do you want? Who's taking the picture? Oh, over here. Next, I'd like to ask Homestead Hospital representatives to come up here. Bill and I have spent a little bit too much time together today. We've been on the phone for hours. Phyllis Oders, Corey Gold, Bob Levy, I don't know if he's still here, but thank you for your kind words about the hospital. What can I say? I've been working with the hospital for years and years, long before I was on city council. That means everything to me. We had our new state-of-the-art hospital since they are state-of-the-art, the state-of-the-art hospital since 2007. And they saw over 70,000 patients this year alone. So their mission is to give high patient satisfaction. And even though they are concerned with the low-cost health care, they will still continue to provide quality care, low-cost quality care. And that was written, and that's all fine and good, but I just want to say from my heart, they're number one. And the award, what was the award that you were given? It was recently you were awarded, we're the best hospital.
The best hospitals.
Say it loud and clear.
Yeah, there we go.
Say it loud and
Thanks,
clear.
Judy. I don't know how many people know. Bob, thank you so much for those nice comments. I was also at the hospital 25 years ago with the hurricane, and lived there for about a week after the event happened. Anyway, I don't know how many people realize that, we are a state-of-the-art hospital. We're very fortunate to be part of Baptist Health South Florida. We provide tons of charity care to our community. I'm not sure where our citizens would go, some of them if we weren't there. And, that's all kind of good, but we're also a really high-quality place. Over the summer, we were acknowledged by the Joint Commission. We had our triennial survey. Joint Commission is an organization that comes and accredits hospitals, and they have certain standards we have to abide by. They came, we had a very good survey. We were recognized, I don't know how many people got the August edition of Consumer Reports, but they rated hospitals. We were rated the 4th safest hospital in the state of Florida. So yeah, that's great. There we go. And U.S. News and World Report also came out recently with their rating of hospitals, and we are one of the top regional hospitals in the state of Florida. So we have a little gem down here just down the street, and we try very hard to do a good job for everybody in our community. So thank you, Judy. This is very nice.
You just don't know how lucky we are to have this hospital, because when people move to our community, that's one of the first things they want to know. Do we have a hospital, and can they take care of us? So with that being said, I'm so proud of them, and in recognition of Homestead Hospital, I'd like to present to you this plaque, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Judy. Yeah.
Yes, for your grant.
Where do you want in the middle?
The women should be.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And our next special recognition tonight will be our Police Officer of the Month, Officer Pedro Perez. Will you please come up?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Captain Marie Kent with the Homestead Police Department, and if you will forgive me for being... I'm sorry. Is this better? Okay. My name is Captain Marie Kent with the Homestead Police Department. I'm the Operations Division Commander. I'm asking that you please excuse me for being out of uniform tonight. That you see, I'm usually dressed to the nines, but I had my gallbladder taken out 2 weeks ago, and I cannot put all of my gear on. So I hear this. Here, shout out to everybody else who's in the Gallbladder Club. On behalf of myself and the command staff and Chief Alexander Roll, I will introduce everyone to you. For those of you who don't know him or have not met the command staff, Chief Alexander E. Roll, Police Chief of the Police Department, City of Homestead. Captain Angela Washington, Captain Melly Graham, Captain William Ray, and behind me is Officer P. Perez, and I'll go through the letter and you'll understand why we're all here. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. He's to the left. Captain Kevin Kent. I'm so sorry. It's the gallbladder's fault. On behalf of the Midnight Shift Supervisors, I am honored to nominate Officer P. Perez for Officer of the Month for August 2012 for a second time this year. Officer Perez was hired by the City of Homestead Police Department on October 16, 2005. Officer Perez is assigned to Uniform Patrol, currently working midnight shift. In August 2012, Officer Perez made 22 arrests, 10 felonies, 12 misdemeanors, categorized as 6 narcotic arrests, 4 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, 4 arrests for robbery, 4 warrant arrests, 1 felony, 3 misdemeanors, 4 arrests for providing false information to a law enforcement officer, 2 traffic arrests, and 1 child neglect felony, and 1 domestic battery. In addition, Officer Perez issued 15 traffic citations and made 26 citizen contacts, seeking out other potential subjects throughout the city during his shifts. Further, Officer Perez was the primary unit dispatched to calls for service and self-initiated extra security watches in neighborhoods and businesses totaling 223 primary calls for service. Expanding on Officer Perez's 4 arrests for robbery, on August 8, 2012, Officer Perez was conducting an extra watch on the busway between Southwest 4th Street and Southwest 8th Street when Officer Perez noticed 4 males walking northbound. One of the males threw down a pair of gloves as Officer Perez approached them. As backup units arrived, Officer Perez interviewed the males separately, which led to the males admitting they were in Homestead looking to rob people. Further interviewing led to 3 of the males admitting they burglarized a school in Florida City, stealing 2 computers from the school. Remembering a theft of computers from ACE Academy, a special needs school in Florida City, Officer Perez diligently sought out and gained cooperation from the offenders to take him on location in Florida City to recover the computers. Both computers were recovered in excellent condition. The computers were returned to ACE Academy just prior to the start of the school year. The 2 computers were valued at over $16,000. Subsequently, Florida City Detective Bureau was able to clear 6 arrests for burglary that occurred at ACE Academy from Officer Perez's subjects. Florida City Police Detective Joey Shiver advised he has worked with Officer Perez in the past and is impressed with Officer Perez's investigative skills and how he particularly handled this case. According to Detective Shiver, there were no subjects or leads to follow up on in regards to the stolen computers. Detective Shiver pointed out both of our communities benefited today because of the dedication Officer Perez has for law enforcement. Officer Perez is consistently a top worker, a leader, setting an example for others to follow. Officer Perez's work ethic is second to none, with a resolve for a healthier community. It is with great pleasure that Officer Pete Perez is nominated for August Officer of the Month 2012. It is with honor that I present it to Officer Pete Perez for August 2012.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Officer Perez has been here before, and he's one of our finest officers that we have in the force, and we have a lot of fine ones. On behalf of the City Council, and Mayor and Council, Officer Perez, we'd like to recognize you for your courageous effort and your heroism. We commend you for your dedication to your community and to your profession. The City of Homestead salutes you, sir. Stephen C. Bateman, Vice Mayor Burgess, Councilwoman Patricia Fairclough McCormick, Councilman Elvis Maldonado, Councilman Stephen Shelley, Councilman Jimmy Williams, Councilman Judy Wallman, and Chief Alexander Roll.
All right, thank you. I want to start off by thanking Chief Roll, Captain Marie Kent, and the rest of the administration that's here today. Also, my immediate supervisors will make it very easy for me to do what I do. Lieutenant Tony Sincor, Sergeant Randy Owens, and Sergeant Evie Sherman. I'll make it quick. Thank you once again. And I'm not able to do what I do without the men and women that I work with on a nightly basis. We try to do the best we can out there and try to be as diligent as we can. So thank you.
Get a team picture before we go to the next one.
First, I'd like to thank the Chief and the administration, as well as Mayor and Council, for the continued support of the Officer of the Month program. And I just want to say that there's many fine officers on midnights. Midnights being another animal as opposed to day shift and afternoons. There's a very proactive and reactive approach as far as crime prevention is concerned. And they're doing their job so well, they're starting to complain on one another that they're not finding anybody out there anymore. So, I mean, it's actually working, guys. So feel safe when you go to sleep at night knowing that these fine men and women are out there protecting you on a daily basis. Thank you.
You want to do it up front? Sure, come on. Let's go. You know, it gives me great pleasure to stand up here. I get to give out a lot of proclamations and a lot of awards, and for a lot of good reasons. But tonight is really very special to me, and I want to recognize Dade County Special Olympics of Florida. They recently went to a state aquatics competition held August 6th and 7th, 2012. 320 Special Olympic children competed in this. 26 athletes from Dade County. They competed in a 25-meter freestyle, 50-meter freestyle, 25-meter backstroke, and 25-meter relay. And at this time, I'd like to call up the coaches and the participants. Elena Abreu, Jan Martinez, Belinda Money, Calvin Shoker, Mark Thomas, who put together the entire Special Olympics for Dade County. Please come up. And yes, truly, the participants, Austin Bateman, my son, come up. Michelin Duval, Aline Figueroa, Martina Lorzan, Jonathan Moore, and David Ura. I want to tell you, these guys and girls swam their tail off from the very first stroke to the last stroke. They went out there in the freestyle, and I know Austin won gold in the freestyle 25-meter. I don't have exactly whatever each person won, but I can tell you from what I remember that day. Austin went out again and won backstroke, gold medal, and then with his teammates, four-man freestyle, they all won gold again. And I'm going to tell you, these were children from all over the state of Florida, 320 of them, and Dade County did an outstanding job, and City of Homestead High did a great job. And if I could get maybe one of the coach, one of the teachers to tell us who won what. I don't have a script for that. Do you have that? And then, it's not that important.
Okay, let me see. Okay, Austin won gold medal for the 25-meter freestyle, 25-meter backstroke, and for the relay. Martin Lozano, he received, which one? The freestyle, he was 4th place, and the backstroke was 2nd. He got a silver medal, and then he was also part of the relay. Alain Figueroa, he was a 50-meter freestyle, he got a gold medal. The 25-meter backstroke, also a gold medal, and he was also part of the relay that received the gold medal. Jonathan Moore received a bronze medal for the 25-meter backstroke. And David Uria, what was it? Oh, I have it right here. Hold on. Okay, it was the 25-meter backstroke. He received a
a gold medal, and he was also part of the relay. And Micheline Davila, she received 3 gold medals. It was a 25-meter freestyle, 25-meter backstroke, and it was 2. And these were her first gold medals going to state, so it was a really, really big deal. And they all did an amazing job.
And I can tell you, the team didn't really know Jans Martinez, but Jans got involved at the last week, and he got involved with working with some of the children at no charge, and I think it did help at the end, and we thank you for that, sir. And of course, there's always a hero in the group. They're all heroes, but I mean, there's always one that stands out. And Mr. Figueroa, I want to tell you, in the 4-man relay, we were losing by 3 or 4 body lengths, and he made them up, and he won that gold medal for us. And we thank you. I was extremely proud. I was proud because I was proud as a proud papa, proud father, but I also was a proud mayor, a proud citizen of Homestead, because you guys did a great job. Great job. So keep up the good work, and let's look forward to it next year, all right? Thank you very much. Thank you all. You want to do a photo op? Over here. Hey guys, put over the A recognition of Frank Shaw, a beautification historical district. This is, do you have the proclamation? This is in sincerity, appreciation to Frank Shaw for his generosity and contribution to beautification of the city of Homestead. Just the effort that he put forward to put these historical district signs together. I met Frank Shaw through Dr. Von Lauer, and he brought it to my attention that, you know, you come down the turnpike, he goes, you got this beautiful historical town, and you don't have one sign on the turnpike that says historical downtown Homestead. And then when you get off, you don't have anything on Campbell that says historical downtown. And then when you cross Campbell, you don't have anything. I mean, you cross one, you don't have anything. So I don't know how many signs you made for us, Frank. He made us 6 signs, professionally done. He works for FDOT. He put them together. Now it's our job to get them put in the ground. I look over and I look to some of our staff over there, that Mr. Manager, we can see that we can get them put in, spread out from the turnpike all the way down to Chrome, and Chrome down to 4th, where our historical district starts. Frank, would you like to come up and say a couple things?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. One of the big things for any city is to kind of capture some of these tourists coming down our turnpike. And the biggest thing over, of course, around Miami Airport was a few years back is the directions, the signage for people. People were getting lost and things of that nature. Hopefully, this will be the beginning of, we are starting to upgrade signage throughout South Florida to meet the new hurricane regulations up to 150 miles an hour, so you're going to see a lot of signs here at Homestead being upgraded, and some better directional signs to some of our events and some of our locations that are hopefully will be developed like our old historic downtown. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Should do it for me. Let's see. We got Public Power Week, Vice Mayor John Burgess.
Thank you, Mayor. If I could call up our Utilities Director, Ms. Barbara Quinones, please.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, and we appreciate your support as well as the support of the Mayor, Council, City Manager's Office. We've got a number of the employees present here from the electric utility, and I'd like all of the electric utility employees to also come up here, please. And I'll quickly introduce the group back here. Starting in the green, we have O.J. Garcia, Raul Baez, Billy Branch, Dean Clements in the red, Maria Medina, John Camoesas, Alicia Mesa, Ken Conkle, and Carol Edgar. And these are just some of the fine employees of our team. So. And we celebrate Public Power Week yearly. This is the 26th year that Public Power Week has been celebrated. And I'd like to take this opportunity to mention some of the benefits of public power. I think the most important benefit to the citizens is that you have local input into our organization. All of the policies and procedures are generated and signed off by our policy makers who sit up on the dais, and you all have direct access to those people. You have access to all of us in our organization as well. And we do welcome your feedback and your input if there are things that concern you. We welcome your comments, and we work towards making any improvements that we can in those processes and procedures. We also are very proud of the local employees, people who live here in the community. Where's Will? We lost one. One of our linemen, who's also a reserve police officer here in the community. But he was here earlier. I don't know what happened to him. But our employees, when they're called in for emergencies, they come in very quickly for two reasons. One of which is because they're very proud of the work they do and the organization. And secondly, because they live nearby and they're part of this community. So we're very proud of the response that we get in those crazy outages that happen in the wee hours of the morning, because the people come in. They're sleeping, but they're very proud of what they do, and they come in. And there's a lot of pride in this community. We've also been working towards using technology to make our processes better, to make our product safer, more reliable, and near and dear to everyone's heart, to make it more cost-effective. So we've been using technology and our talented employees to make changes that will be beneficial for the community. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ms. Quinones, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for all that you guys do for all 60,000 citizens that we have here that rely on the Homestead utility every day, because like she said, when there is a problem, it's resolved quickly, efficiently, and the neighbors are happy, and that makes me happy. And all of us happy. I know that the last call we want to hear is about utilities being out, because it's out of our control, and I can't tell them answers about how long a line's going to be, but you guys do that efficiently and effectively for us, so thank you. And with that being said, I'd like to read a proclamation. Whereas we, the citizens of Homestead, place high value on local control over community services and therefore have chosen to operate a community-owned, locally controlled, not-for-profit electric utility, and as consumers and owners of our electric utility have a direct say in utility operations and policies. And whereas Homestead Energy Services provides our homes, businesses, farms, social service, and local government agencies with reliable, efficient, and cost-effective electricity, employing sound business practices designed to ensure the best possible service at not-for-profit rates. And whereas Homestead Energy Services is a valuable community asset that contributes substantially to the well-being of our local citizens through energy efficiency, customer service, environmental protection, economic development, and safety awareness. And whereas Homestead Energy Services is a dependable and trustworthy institution whose local operation provides many consumer protections and continues to make our community a better place in which to live and work, as well as contributes to protecting the global environment. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Homestead Energy Services will continue to work to bring lower costs, safe, reliable electricity to community homes and businesses, just as it has since 1916, the year when the utility was created to serve all the citizens of Homestead. And be it further resolved that the week of October 7th through 13th, designated the 26th Annual Public Power Week in order to honor Homestead Energy Services for its contributions to the community and to making the consumers, owners, policymakers, and employees more aware of its contributions to the well-being of how it makes their lives powerful. And now, therefore, I, Stephen C. Bateman, the mayor of the city of Homestead, declare that the week of October 7th through the 13th, 2012, be designated as the 26th Annual Public Power Week. And the rest of council is in agreement with that. Myself, John Burgess, Stephen Shelley, Judy Waldman, and Patricia Fairclough McCormick. So once again, thank you for all that you guys do to make Homestead Energy such a reliable and efficient utility for all of its citizens.
Okay, Patricia. Next presentation tonight will be the recognition of Homestead Senior High School. Again, Homestead Senior High. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Centennial Committee Student Contest Award, Councilwoman Fairclough McCormick.
Come join me. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, I like that. On September 22nd, we had our Children's Day event, which was a culminating event for our student contest, as well as a commemorative event to engage our children in celebrating the city's 100th birthday. So tonight, we would like to publicly present the winners of the contest in the areas of photography, essay, and art. And I would like to invite Yvonne Knowles and co-chair of the Children's Day event to come up and assist me with presenting those boys and girls in each of their respective categories.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you, Councilwoman Fairclough McCormick. This event was successful because of your amazing guidance and direction, and we couldn't have had a great event
where are you, without your support. So thank you very much. The event was a beautiful day in Harrisfield Homestead, but we also had an event that was part of the Children's Day Centennial, which was the contest. And the children we had 128 entrants in the art contest, and we had 44 essay contest entries. So it's really a great job done by our judges, led by our committee chairman, Mr. Mike Enriquez, who ran the judging portion of this contest. The winners are going to be announced right now. They were announced at the event on September 22nd, but this is our official recognition. We'd like you to come up when your name is called and receive your award from Mr. Enriquez, and then we'll take a photograph afterwards. For the category of photos, first place, Mr. Sean Gray. Sean came running into my office the day of the contest, closing at 3 minutes before 5 o'clock, and said, please, I'm on time. I said, you certainly are. And he got his artwork in there. And he won. So congratulations. Second place is Miss Lorelei Hernandez. Lorelei, I'm sorry, should have mentioned Sean is with Mast Academy, and Lorelei is with Keys Gate Charter High School. And third place, Mr. Liam Leiter. Liam is from Atala Montessori in downtown Homestead on Chrome Avenue, one of our newest schools in Homestead. Now in the essay contest, our first place winner is Miss Katie Bowerman. Our second place is Miss Cheyenne Martinez from Somerset Academy. We had a tie for third place between Miss Irma Valadares from Campbell Drive Middle and she tied with Mr. Joshua Gutierrez from Campbell Drive Elementary K through 8. Is Joshua here? And finally, the art category. First place, Jocelyn Brand, Southgate Senior High. Second place was a tie between Omar Colon. There's two winners of the first category of second place, Omar Colon and Antron Cooper from Southgate Senior High. And they tied with Nicholas Jimenez from Keys Gate Charter High School. And finally, third place, and please forgive me, this is a Thai name, and I'm going to probably screw it up, but Shanatan Mogoyaram. Shanatan? Okay, sweetheart, before you walk over here, come here and tell me how to say your name.
Okay. There's Chanathan Muang Salin.
One more time.
Okay. Chanathan Muang Salin.
See, she says it so much better. Congratulations, all of you. You did a fantastic job, and we're very proud of the community of the youth of Homestead.
All right, if we could all walk over this way. Katie.
Get the first one. Lourdes, this thing scratched up. Oh, it is? Not on mine. Wings Over Homestead presentation. No, but this is so is all this. Check it out. Check him out. He's here.
Thank you all.
She's leaving.
Can I
She's leaving.
Can I ask Yvonne a question? Sure. Ms. Knowles, are we going to put some of the artwork here in the chambers for the people to look and view?
Thank you for reminding me. Because of the issues with the building, we've decided to have the art show up at the Historic Town Hall Museum. We've set up all the artwork there tonight. Thank you, Bonnie King Moran, for helping us out so much and getting all that artwork hung up. Thank you, Mrs. Campbell, for allowing us to have the museum. Mike has some thank yous he'd like to. Art show is up and available to the public Tuesdays through Saturday at the Historic Town Hall Museum at 41 North Chrome. The winners will be identified in the display as well as all the participants. So everybody who participated in the art show will have their artwork available for the family and members of their friends and family to come and see. So come down to 41 North Chrome Avenue and see this fabulous display.
How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to thank the hard work of some city staff, Kalia and Evelyn, Begonia Casales, Mr. Eric Weiss, Ms. Lourdes Lanio, Ms. Anna Panecki, Ms. Marisol, my wife, including Bertha Rodriguez, all of the volunteers, Ms. Bonnie Kins Moran, Mr. Larry Deal, Ms. Corellis Sandiford, for all their efforts and hard work to make this Children's Day possible. Again, thank you to the council and the Centennial Steering Committee for the very hard work and dedication to Children's Day event. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Before we go to the next presentation, I'd like to recognize the new principal to Mass Academy, which is Lisa Napo. Okay, our next presentation is Councilman Steve Shelley, Wings Over Homestead presentation.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, this upcoming November 3rd and 4th, we're going to have the third Wings Over Homestead, and to tell you about it, Colonel Rozyski is here from the Homestead Air Reserve Base, so I invite him to come up and tell us all about the festivities that are upcoming here on November 3rd and 4th.
Thank you, Councilman Shelley. Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen of the council, citizens of and visitors to Homestead. I want to thank you first for the support that the City of Homestead is going to provide to assist with the Wings Over Homestead's execution. There are three things that I'm going to cover tonight, and I will cover them very quickly, so don't think I'm going to be here all night. What I'd like to do is outline what you provide. Second, I'd like to discuss what Wings Over Homestead brings to the community, and the second thing is, and third thing is just the bottom line. The first thing is what Homestead provides is traffic control, and they also have the duty and responsibility of making sure that the Thunderbirds get from their hotel to the base. That is an extremely important task because without the Thunderbirds as our lead act, we won't have an air show. So we appreciate very much the effort involved with that and the services of Chief Roll and the police department. What do we bring? What does Wings Over Homestead bring to Homestead itself and the community? I'd like to compare other air shows with which I've been involved. The first is Carswell Air Reserve Base, Fort Worth, Texas. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is pretty much a huge area. They've got a very mature and rich history in flight. Carswell had 125,000 people at their air show. San Antonio, Texas, bills itself as Military City, USA. They had 300,000 people at their air show. Ladies and gentlemen, in approximately 2 weeks, we will have 500,000 people converge on this town for the Wings Over Homestead air show. It is as large as the air shows at Fort Worth and San Antonio combined. Quite an undertaking. And the police and the City of Homestead, with the services they provide, go a long way in ensuring that everyone's safe and that everyone has a great time. What does Wings Over Homestead bring here? I mentioned before that we bring approximately 400,000 people. Oh gosh, which button? There we go. Here's some demographics that have been gathered nationally. You can read those for yourself, but approximately 3/4 of the people attending, their income is above $35,000 per year. As I said, we're expecting roughly 500,000 people at the event this year. Here's a graph. If you look at the 4 bars on the right, you'll see that 63% of the people that we expect to attend have incomes of $50,000 a year or better. And finally, this is one of my favorites. If you look at the bars on the left, if you take those 4 bars there, you'll find that 70% of the people come within a 40-mile radius of Homestead itself. So these are our friends, our neighbors, the people that are here with us every day, and the people that we serve. Here is an approximation of how the money is broken out and how the income is spent from the impact that we provide here. And finally, as I promised before, the bottom line. If our projections hold, and if this data is accurate, and we've had several years at it, we estimate that we are going to bring approximately gross revenues of $6 million to Homestead and its environs over this one weekend. So again, I thank you for the services that the city has provided to help us execute this great program, and thank you very much for the opportunity to come here and speak.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Peyton Toon, or invite Peyton Toon to come up to the podium from the local Homestead branch, YMCA. He's the new executive director of the Homestead branch, just recently came into town, and he's doing big and great things with the Homestead YMCA here, trying to get more involved with the community, with the city of Homestead. And so I invited him here to give a little presentation on what the Homestead YMCA has to offer to the community. So with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I hope what I'm sharing tonight will be really good news. This is good news that's going on in Homestead. My name is Peyton. I am the director at the Homestead Y. We too were here 20 years ago. Just a little homework assignment for you. If you do a Google search for YMCA Hurricane Andrew, and you will see some really cool news footage of how this community came together at Harris Field to care for children, and that's really why the Y is across the street as it is today. And if you don't know, the YMCA sits in the middle of Harris Field. I'm going to share some numbers with you tonight. I'm going to share with you a couple of stories, but I hope that this can become sort of maybe a biannual tradition when I come out and share, because at the end of the day, it's not my why, it's your why. The members are homesteaders, the volunteers are homesteader. Can I use that term, homesteader? Is that right? They're from Homestead, they live in Homestead, the kids that we serve are Homestead kids. It's your YMCA, and at the end of the day, a YMCA is a tool to transform communities. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit this evening. We are a nonprofit. Our cause is to strengthen the foundations of community. There's a YMCA in 2,600 communities across the country. This one happens to be yours. If you haven't been there, please come across the street and meet with us. We're a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to put Judeo-Christian principles into practice through programs that build healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. We are a really old organization, started in the 1840s in London. We've been serving in Miami-Dade for over 100 years. So pretty excited to be a part and excited to be part of this group this evening. Our work is broken up into 3 buckets, if you will: youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Everything we do fits within those categories. You can read the numbers up there. Hopefully you can see the numbers up there. We're the largest child care provider in the country. We're also the largest child care provider in Miami-Dade, and same for Homestead. But let me just tell you a quick little story about a young lady named Lisa. Lisa came to our summer camp program. She had trouble following directions, playing group games, making it difficult to make new friends. She is on the autistic spectrum and struggles to socialize at times. After 10 weeks of day camp, her dad came to us, and parents come to us for one of 2 reasons: either because they're really happy or they're really not happy. He came and he was literally in tears, explaining that Lisa's camp experience had transformed her. She was talking more and ready to go back to school in the fall, ready to learn, because there's a lot of learning loss that happens in the summer. And so it's more than just keeping kids out of trouble during the summer. It's actually a transformative experience for the kids that are in our care.
Healthy living, a lot of people know the Y for swim and gym, youth sports. Basketball was invented at a YMCA, so was volleyball. That's true. You can fact check me on that. But let me tell you a quick little story. We have a lot of people, we're pretty much cradle to grave. We have a lot of people that come into our building every day to get healthier. And let me tell you just a quick little bio on Barry. Barry testified, these are his words. He said, and Barry's 75 years old, he says, "A year ago I had a quadruple bypass and completed the associated cardio rehab program at the hospital. After completing that course, I hadn't regained my pre-op fitness. I then joined the Silver Sneakers class at the Homestead Y and began to improve rapidly. Then I began to plateau. I recently joined the enhanced fitness class at the Y, and this is just what I needed. It gave me the chance to improve strength and muscle tone, and by being able to gradually increase the weight level in each exercise, I was not only able to regain my pre-op fitness, but exceed them. As a result of a recent mini-stroke, a TIA, I was reevaluated by my doctors, and let me tell you, they were astounded. They told me that without those classes that I took, my mini-stroke might have been a major stroke, and so that was from Barry. Now, let me share one more slide. A huge part of what we do is social responsibility. We're a volunteer-led organization. We have volunteers that coach teams, raise money for the Y, serve on our advisory board. I'm going to throw a number out at you: $222,000. $222,000, the amount of money that the Homestead Y gave to families in direct aid so far in 2012. We have a belief that no one should be turned away based on an inability to pay, and so we have a sliding scale to get people involved in the program. So we don't want to turn anybody away. But let me share with you one more number, and this number is $24. See, as an exec, usually I hear from parents either because they're really happy or really upset. I want to tell you a quick story about Miss Jones. Miss Jones came to me and she was very upset because she got a pay raise. And she wasn't upset because she got a pay raise, but because she got a pay raise at her job at Walmart, where she works as a single mom with 3 kids, it adjusted her scholarship just a little bit, her financial assistance, and it went up just a little bit. She was really, really upset, and I got in my office and I was talking to her and I was really trying to find out what is the issue. And the issue was $24. That's how much her monthly bill for child care went up. And I said, okay, well, that's an exact number. How do you know that number? And she said, I know that number because it's exactly the amount of money I budget for gas every month. And she drew a direct connection between the financial aid she receives at the YMCA and her ability to care for her babies. And that's just one example of hundreds of stories that take place in the Homestead Y, and it's your Y. It really is your why. So I hope that this can be something that happens more often. I can share with you, what it is we're doing, and I hope you can take a lot of pride. You have a YMCA that's serving families at all spectrums of the financial spectrum and all ages as well. So with that, I'll stop. Thank you for your time, and I'll speak with you again soon.
With that, we'll take about a 5-minute adjournment, and then we'll start the next meeting. We'll start the next meeting in 5 minutes. Thank you.